welcome to Audi. Wait, what is our name? OmniBros. I saw the word audio. OmniBros Live. That's me, OmniDog, and Lou, Comics Guide. How's it going? Peace and love.
Hello. It is Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us once again for another wonderful episode of OmniBros Live. Kick back, relax. We're going to talk about some comics. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about some hot takes. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that maybe we're going to talk about. Maybe. We'll see. And if you're driving home from work, we're happy to entertain you on your drive home from your job.
James with the lipstick because it's a makeup show. Nice. Bobby, what up? Beyond Comics from New Zealand. Batmanda. Rami, hello. Still awake in Belgium. Belgian Ellen. Welcome.
Nice. What time is it over there right now?
Let's see. Let me go to my world clock. World clock. Are you in the same time zone as Amsterdam, Stockholm? Belgium is like next to Holland, not Holland, the Netherlands. So I think it's 1:36 a.m. there.
Okay.
I think it's next to France and then next to I keep calling it Holland. That's the old name. Netherlands.
1:30 in the morning.
Thank you. Thank you for staying up for the show or just being awake and tuning in.
Yeah, geez.
This is a makeup show because we owe it to our lovely sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can get 30% up to 60% sometimes in sales off of your collected editions. Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount that is included when you buy books from them. A $50 gift card was already given away for this month by the Backwards Boys. But we're going to figure out a new way in June to handle this. Those guys have been doing that too much. We think it's war, quite frankly, between us and them. I think that we have big sides and we are at war with them. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Yeah. Oh, thanks for being here, Aiden. Legends. Hondo's excited. Nice. Whoops, now I got to get the spanner off. There we go. Okay. So we had a topic, but we pushed it to Friday. So I have an extra day to finish Helen of Windhorn, which is, I think, Tom King's latest book. And I read Danger Street yesterday.
Okay.
And I feel like that catches me up. I haven't read Batman, Catwoman, or Batman Killing Time. If I have a good day tomorrow, I could read all of those. Nothing would make me happier than to read all of those and then report on what my favorite ones are on Friday. I think that's a good idea for a show.
Okay.
You had a good idea there with ranking. How many are we ranking the top 10 or how are we doing that?
So I would say 10. I think probably the top 3 are the most obvious, right? Maybe number 10 is also probably pretty obvious. It's what I'm really interested in is to see where we go with that middle portion of not bad stuff, because I really don't think, with the exception of maybe one book, Tom King really has anything bad. He's got a very strong catalog of books, and he continues to have a very strong catalog of books.
I think you might be surprised at how many books he's written.
Yeah.
Because it's worth, I think after tonight, we should look on, not that we're going to have a lot of time to do anything about it, but we'll have 2 days. I feel like he's written well more than 10 books, 15 or 20. And okay, we can throw Batman in there, but there's a bunch of other things, but I could really have a Tom King section of my shelf but it would have a Marvel thing in it, and that would relegate it somewhere else.
Yeah. We're gonna get into it on Friday, but King has had a very strong year a very strong career in comics. And he been around 10 years at this point? It maybe less.
When did he burst on the scene? Like with all three of those books, they seem to happen in the same summer or fall. Vision, Omega Men, and Sheriff of Babylon.
I want to say 2017. We were live. We were doing the show, so that was
okay.
20. I met him and I got a sketch from him, so that was pre-COVID at MegaCon. I was with my ex at the time, so I want to say that was probably 2018, 2017.
Yeah, I feel like I met him around then too, and there was no line or anything. We just walked right up to him, and there was a line for Snyder and Capullo, of course, because New 52 Batman had been out for a while. No line for Tynion, because Rebirth Detective had, it must have been, I think it must have been 2018, because I talked to him about Detective, and I was just like, oh, here's this guy that's writing Detective. Let me talk to him about Detective. It wasn't like, well, James Tynion, writer of like 20 books at once. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, that's another one that I would be kind of interested in going through his catalog and doing an episode on, because I feel like the rise of Tynion was something that was slowly built over time. He wasn't somebody like a Donny Cates or even a Tom King, where he just hit the ground running and he put out amazing book after amazing book. Not saying that his work hasn't been great from the start, but it feels like for Tynion, he's been really busting his ass over the years and really putting in the work and putting in quality books. And it seems like now is the time where he's starting to get that recognition. Tynion reminds me a lot of a Daniel Warren Johnson, where Daniel Warren Johnson now is starting to get that recognition he deserves. And in a few years, we're going to look back and go, damn, man, Daniel Warren Johnson is that dude. He is that guy. Kind of like Tynion is for a lot of people right now, where he's that guy.
And one thing that surprises me is Tynion's sheer output. Like in the past couple of years, he's putting out like 4 titles a year or something. And for the most part, I feel like they're pretty solidly, consistently good. I'm struggling to think of anything right off the bat that I can think from Tynion that I just didn't at least enjoy. It didn't have to be a 5-star book, but I at least enjoyed it. And I'm having trouble coming up with it right off the top. Tynion.
I know I was cold on Department of Truth, but you have said multiple times I need to go back and give that book a second shot, and you think I'll enjoy it a lot more.
I would think you would really dig it. Because you like history as much as I do. It's like history and the history of conspiracy theories. Well, the premise is that the Department of Truth is there to keep conspiracy theories tamped down so they don't manifest into reality. Because the idea is if enough people believe a conspiracy theory, it becomes true, and then they have a whole problem then. So they try and keep the conspiracies tamped down. So it's a pretty cool sci-fi type read. I really dig it. I know the art isn't for some people. The same artist did his Dracula. There's another great book that Tynion did, and I haven't read his Creature from the Black Lagoon. But I think it's just a cool premise and has a lot of cool things going on in it. And I'm eager for the next book to come out.
Okay. Hondo, when is the next Patreon meetup? Hondo, I'm still working it out. I have had a really weird and busy schedule, just because there's been a lot going on. Nothing bad. Everybody's fine. Everything is good, but it's just been a lot that's been going on.
Somebody else told me they didn't dig Memetic.
Memetic.
story was good. It's the one with the sloth on the cover.
I haven't read that one.
Yeah, I haven't either. There was several people said that the first story was good, but then there's the second and third story that aren't quite as good. I wonder if I'd still dig them. But I think I remember Chris telling me about this. And this is completely lost on me, Hondo. I have no idea who Jesse Spano in Saved by the Bell is.
I've never seen Saved by the Bell. I was too young. I was too much of a kid.
Oh, and I was too old. It fell in the blind spot where only you know it, Hondo.
Yeah.
Spano, Jesse Spano, and wait, Saved by the Bell.
Oddly enough, though, I saw a lot of Golden Girls. I used to love watching the Golden Girls as a kid.
I just bought. Oh, hey, Matt. Tiny Onion's Dracula hardcover. Haven't opened it yet. I was going to ask you who it was. 5 stars.
Good.
5 stars. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Loved it.
Are these, because I haven't read any of these, are these Universal Monster Stories retellings of the movies or the books, or are they kind of new spins on them?
I feel like somebody, I don't know. I feel like Gio could answer that better. I feel like the Dracula book is not like the movie at all, like the original movie, but is probably more like the books. Like Bram Stoker's original book. That's the feeling I get.
Okay.
Oh, that's who Jesse Spano is? Elizabeth Berkley? Don't ask me how I know that Elizabeth Berkley is in Showgirls. Research.
You're a huge fan of Showgirls, I take it.
I saw it once because I heard how bad it was, and I said, it can't be that bad. And I watched it, and I was like, oh, it's that bad. Wow. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen, and not in a fun way. It was a serious waste of my life. Wow.
I've never seen Showgirls, but I've always steered away from it because I've heard the same thing, that it's pretty terrible.
You know how I and my movie buddy love bad movies, like Plan 9 from Outer Space and The Room. We like those kind of movies, but I couldn't possibly take her to see some midnight showing of Showgirls. It's just embarrassingly, I feel like it's NC-17 or something. It's embarrassingly gratuitous, not sexy sexual scenes, overacted, poorly written, weird characters. Like they have this near the end of the movie, or maybe it's been like, I don't even remember when I saw it. It's been like 25 years probably, but near the end of it, they have this Michael Bolton look. You know who he is? The singer guy? The James Mueller singer guy or whatever. They have this Michael Bolton look-alike in a very fancy Las Vegas suite, who calls like one of Elizabeth Berkley's co-stars and friends to his suite and proceeds to kick the crap out of her for no reason. Just like sidewinder kicks and going Jackie Chan on her and beating the crap out of her. I'm like, what is this supposed to be? Man's inhumanity to woman, or what's this represent? Why is he randomly kicking the crap out of this girl? And I don't know that I can recommend it.
Okay, I'll pass.
Thank you, James. Creature from the Black Lagoon takes place after the movie. The Mummy is a new story.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Thanks.
Here's a good question. I saw the Batman Ego book. Oh, by Darwyn Cooke. It got a reprint, huh? Is it any good? Yes.
Yes, it is.
I will let Lou address this, as he is the biggest Darwyn Cooke fan on the planet.
Yeah, it really is. It's a good book. Just don't really go in expecting more of a traditional Batman story. It's kind of it's Batman's ego, and it's Batman versus his own ego, and it gets really psychological, and it gets into it and everything. It's a fun read, don't get me wrong, but it's not Batman jumping around and fighting crime and stuff like that. I dug it when I first read it, but it's worth a read. But I think that's one of his earlier works. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been one of the first times he did a Batman comic.
Let me see. I wonder if it's in Solo. I feel like it's in this Solo book.
I think you're right. I think it is in there.
I feel like that's where it. Okay, this is Darwyn Cooke clearly here. Okay. Oh my God. I don't know if it's early. He's crushing it here. Everyday Madness. Oh, look at this picture of Selena Kyle.
Man,
God, he's brilliant.
Yeah, I miss his work so much.
The Solo. Okay, this is all. Oh wow, there's a lot of good Darwyn Cooke stuff in here.
We were supposed to get so much work from him before he passed away. He was working on an Image comic book series that was really going to be interesting. He was going to do more Parker stuff.
Yeah.
Damn sure. And I still say the biggest fucking letdown was that he was going to do a He was going to do a Wonder Woman book with Jimmy Palmiotti writing it and him on art. I asked him about the project before at MegaCon when I met him, and he said DC didn't like his DC did comics at the time did not like his interpretation of Wonder Woman because they thought she was too fat.
That's right, and that's ridiculous.
Jimmy Palmiotti writing, Darwyn Cooke on art, and I'm assuming co-writing a Wonder Woman series is just printing money, but they don't want to do it.
Actually, I don't see Batman Ego in here. I do see some Mike Allred stuff that I had forgotten about, but I don't see Batman Ego in here. I thought for some reason I must own it in something else. I feel like it's Ego and Other Stories or something. Probably somebody's named it down below. Matt H. Jess, thanks for the recommendation. I always like hearing that. Jeff Johns, Jim Lee. Oh, New 52 JL Justice League. I'm only 3 issues in, and it's awesome. Jim Lee only draws like the first 6 or 7 issues, but the art doesn't. I mean, it's Jim Lee, so the art's I'm gonna keep this out and reread it. The rest of the art isn't Jim Lee, but it's still great art. It's just, Jim Lee starting out a book. It's hard to follow that.
Yeah.
But those first stories in that JL run were the closest thing to what I thought New 52 was going to be. All these heroes are brand new, showing up at different times and everything. And that, and the public reaction to them and some of their earlier struggles and successes. That's what I really thought New 52 was like a big reset.
Yeah.
And JL was the only one that made them not know about the heroes, not know about each other for real.
Yeah. We've spoken a lot and very fondly of the New 52 and when that first launch and started. I would love to see them try it again. I think I'm not opposed to them every few years or every generation going, yeah, let's just scrap everything, start over, tell these new stories, shuffle the deck, and see what comes out of it. Because I think that helps kind of bring in new audiences and stuff like that. And you get a lot of really cool stuff out of it. I was a huge fan of that first initial little run of Action Comics by Grant Morrison. I thought that was really cool, seeing a very not as powerful Superman and that interpretation of him and what that was like. And then, they kind of did away with that really quick. Animal Man, Jeff Lemire's Animal Man.
Oh yeah,
is amazing. It is, oh man, some amazing body horror stuff that is in that book. And Swamp Thing was good. Swamp Thing, the only thing with Swamp Thing is that once it started getting into the crossover stuff of the red and all that, it kind of got a little bit messy.
I feel that's probably everybody feels that way. Yeah, you're right.
It got a little messy. Charles Soule had a very good Swamp Thing run for a while there. It was pretty good.
He took over from Scott Snyder, right? I think he took over from Scott Snyder.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there was somebody. No, I think it was right after Scott Snyder. He had a pretty solid run there. It was good. A lot of people don't remember that. Demon Knights is criminally underrated and forgotten about. They were really trying a lot of cool stuff back then. And I would like to see them kind of take big swings on some of that stuff all over again. Please bring back Demon Knights. Somebody please friggin' bring that book back.
I Vampire was good. Voodoo was good. These are the
Vampire.
short-lived ones.
OMAC was good.
I don't even remember reading OMAC. I'm
OMAC
looking
was
at
good.
my new 52 shelf right here.
Frankenstein, Agent of Shade was fun.
Yep, I was just gonna say that. It's right there. No, that one wasn't that good. Batwing was okay. Batwing, I got because I have to. I'm compelled to get everything Batman. World's Finest and Earth 2. Those were interesting. The alternate Earth things.
Yeah,
I like those.
Grifter. Everybody loves Grifter, right?
Grifter.
No, nobody fucking loved Grifter. Grifter lasted like 2.5 issues, something like that. But we're like, yeah, we're canceling it.
They keep bringing him back and stuff, though. I feel like he was in Wildstorm, the new Stormwatch kind of thing, and they called it Wildstorm by Warren Ellis and John. What's his name? He's such a good artist, John Davis Hunt. He's a great artist. I feel like Grifter was in that. I feel like Grifter was in something I recently read. He's such a weird character. Why is he popping up everywhere?
You know,
hey, YP.
I'm talking shit about Grifter right now, but then he's probably going to be a side character in James Gunn's new universe, and I'll be like, oh, Grifter's fucking awesome, because James Gunn can make stuff like that awesome. I mean, look at Peacemaker. Who the fuck? Who knew what Peacemaker was before the Suicide Squad movie? When they were announcing the cast of that, John Cena as Peacemaker, I think everybody went, who?
Is that a DC character?
Dude, Peacemaker is not even a D-list character. He was like,
I don't think I had ever heard of him.
We've been reading comics a long time.
Yeah,
and for them to go Peacemaker, like what?
Yeah, I had never heard of him.
Okay, I gotta ask, man, because I'm behind. What's with the makeup stuff? Everybody's asking about makeup.
Somebody asking about makeup? I'm behind.
What's going on with makeup pictures?
I called it the makeup show. But I said to our sponsor, not actual makeup.
Okay.
I'm only allowing Vanessa to request. It is Vanessa.
Vanessa, okay. If you go back a few years,
I've got them.
We've got them. If you go back a few years, Jess and I were very lovely a few years ago. I was Supergirl. He was Wonder Woman. It was very nice.
I think you are Harley Quinn in this. I have a clip of you as Harley Quinn. I think that was this. I think you were Oh yeah, you were Supergirl. I think that. And then there's a really long one. I don't know why it needs to be this long of me as Wonder Woman. I don't know that we need the whole thing.
I was Supergirl. I had a friend who does drag professionally. And I made a request and I said, hey, would you mind doing the makeup for me? And I gained a whole new respect for people that do drag because that took forever to get done.
That's right. Why don't we have that? Maybe that's part of my clip because that's 2019 and Lou's Harley Quinn is 2018. So I think 2018 is when I did Wonder Woman and you did Supergirl.
I forgot.
For charity, we did this. There's a reason we did it for charity.
Yeah.
Not because we were in the mood or something. Oh, I love having Alfred E. Newman as your profile pic. That's awesome, Jesse. Say what? I second this request for makeup pics. Okay. Jess, I'm requesting. Yes, I see that you have made your formal request. Just a sec. Let me get to the other. This is Batman Ego. It has extra pages in the new edition. Where the heck do I have Batman Ego? If maybe it's it's Darwyn Cooke.
Did you sell it when you got rid of stuff?
No. No, I wouldn't that because that was the only way I owned it, I thought. However, I owned it.
It was difficult to come by for a while. It was out of print.
Yeah. Huh. I'll have to check on that. Yeah, definitely you should get it, Belgian Ellen. It's really awesome. The Monsters comics are their own things in the world of the movies and really capture the vibe of them for modern readers. Was Dracula taken from the movie? I don't remember that. But I also saw Dracula as a wee pup. So, and when I say wee pup, I was like 11. So that was a
Oh,
while ago. I could have forgotten all of it.
you know,
Showgirls.
I
Go
have
ahead.
never seen. I've never seen the '90s Dracula with
You
what's
don't
his
need to.
Bram
Gary.
Stoker's with
Yeah.
what's his face? What's his
Gary
actor?
Oldman.
Thank you, Gary Oldman. Yeah,
Well, if you
is that the
you
one with
could see
Keanu?
it.
Is Keanu in that?
Yeah. I feel
Okay,
like Winona Ryder's in it too.
okay.
It's worth seeing so that afterwards you can watch the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror parody of it.
Okay.
That is okay. That's worth it because that
Okay.
makes that Treehouse of Horror even funnier.
Okay. Because everything I've heard is that Keanu, bless his heart, tries his best to pull off that accent, and it is painful to watch him try.
Yeah, yeah. It felt very long to me. I saw
Okay.
it in the theaters, and I was just like, it was long, and I felt kind of dry, and I was kind of bored by it.
Okay.
Um, Conversation of Showgirls has turned around recently to get considered a camp classic if you take it as parody. The movie elitists are saying it's a good movie now because they take it as satire. Okay.
Is that kind of like Sleepaway Camp? How some people are like, no, Sleepaway Camp is awesome now. I'm like, is it? I like the movie, but
um, yeah, Rami's right about Dark Side War being really, really good. It had an amazing ending too. Hey, Fifth of Jack, what up? My only Cook experience is New Frontier, and I loved it. Yes.
oh man, you have. Oh my gosh, pick up the if you're into crime comics, you need to grab the Parker stuff.
Oh,
The yes, it is. It's required reading, man. It's so good.
I
The
feel like they're both still in print too.
yeah. So he Cook took it upon himself to adapt some Donald Westlake books, which were the Parker series, and he basically took each book, and he was working his way through it before he passed away, and he interpreted them into comics, and they look fantastic. And the deluxe editions are gorgeous.
Actually, maybe I should. Why don't you keep talking about it? And I'll highlight
Yeah,
myself and show the art because each story has a different kind of color
color.
palette, but it's super great hard boiled crime.
Yeah, it's yeah, the Parker series is so good, man. And not only that, the first issue, I think the first issue out, the first volume is the outfit, and he nails it. And like you said, each individual volume has its own color palette. Some is blue, some is green, some is orange, and stuff like that. And really just kind of lends to the feel of the book. And he was such a master of his craft, dude. He was so good at what he was doing.
Yeah, he really was.
He absolutely just nails the time period, the vibe. He's just got that retro style that just
Oh yeah,
fits.
look at the pen papers.
Yeah.
It's like 50s cocktail wallpaper type thing. Yeah, it's awesome. He really showed a love for crime fiction, like with this.
Are those still in print? Because I need to get a copy of them again.
I feel like they both are. I know volume 2 is, and for some reason I feel like this still is. I feel like they reprinted it enough recently.
Mm.
Yeah, those are good physical copies to have. Let's see. Is it an either or, Rami? If it has to be either or, I'm going to suggest Rebirth. That New 52 I loved, but Rebirth is like a level higher. It's James Tynion and then Rom V, both at the top of their game. All you need to know is that Wonder Woman gains magic. Gains magic powers. Magic Wonder Woman. That's all you really need to know. Everything else is self-explanatory. New 52 and Nixie, New 52 All-Star Western getting an omnibus in a few months. Hopefully that leads to Jonah Hex Omnis. That is a great thing to say.
Oh my God, please. And can we please get some of that Joe Lansdale stuff finally collected again?
Yeah.
Two Gun Mojo. There's a whole bunch of Joe Lansdale early Jonah Hex stuff that unfortunately everybody's forgotten about. And it was really, really good.
I know you guys have probably talked about it before, but what do you think of the Multiversity? I just picked up the deluxe at Ollie's. Oh, that's too bad. I went to Ollie's and wonder how it is going in blind.
Mm.
Do you remember it enough?
I don't. So I remember Multiversity just little bits and pieces here because each individual issue was its own thing for the most part, right? And the thing that I remember the most from it were two issues in particular. It was the Shazam issue, which made me go, holy crap, Grant Morrison needs to do a continuing run on Shazam, aka Captain Marvel, because that one issue was awesome. It was fantastic. And it was the other one that was kind of lampooning the Watchmen. And it was almost again, it's been a long time since I've read this. Jesus.
Oh, here it is. I've been looking.
It was almost, if I remember right, almost a deconstruction of the Watchmen. It was brilliant. It was so good.
Yeah, and as far as accessibility, I'm in the room where I have everything. So now I can just go pull things all the time. It's a it's Grant Morrison at pretty. Here's the Shazam stuff. I say this is pretty accessible Grant Morrison stuff. You just have to kind of know. You have to know. Is it Pax Americana that was the Watchmen? Yeah, because I think it is. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Because you have to be a little bit of a DC fan to know what's going. What world? It's all about different universes in the DC world. And there's all kinds of different. It's the multiverse, so Multiversity, and they have there's a Captain Carrot one, and there's wait, what's this one? I don't know if I can show this. Oh, why not? No, I don't think I better show this. I don't think it's bad, but I think that people probably wouldn't appreciate where it's coming from. Multiversity guidebook. It's all different takes on the Multiversity by Grant Morrison. You just have to know a little bit about who he's talking about in each one of these things. As Lou said, his Watchmen parody, and then there's stuff with Society of Superheroes, and that's like Dr. Fate with a parallel planet type thing. Yeah, and it's pretty easily read Grant Morrison. You just sort of need to know who he's talking about.
Yeah. It is not a book for somebody that is just getting into DC Comics. You got to get your feet wet a little bit more. And the whole gimmick of it wasn't the whole gimmick supposed to be? It was Grant Morrison trying to map out the multiverse or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
that's what I think. This folds out. Does this fold out into a? Yeah, it folds out into a map of the multiverse, the DC multiverse. This dust jacket. And actually, I think this is available in absolute size too.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. But I stuck with this. I did dig the story. I think you'll probably dig it, Chris. You're one of the more intelligent viewers and readers out there, so I'm quite sure you will dig it.
Yeah. He swung big with that book, and it's not as incomprehensible as, say, something like The Invisibles or Nameless, which you have brought up on this show before. It's very readable, but it does help if you are familiar with the DC universe and the different multiverses and stuff like that. Plus, it has an issue of Captain Carrot, which I will forever be angry at DC voters for not giving the goddamn Captain Carrot continuing series.
Do they still do that poll where we can actually pick where they have it? It's like the college basketball playoffs where everybody has to go through a tier and you vote. And we voted on something really good, wasn't it? Was it Captain Carrot and somebody else?
We were there were a lot of really cool concepts. I think there was one where it was like the Green Lantern Corps and it was supposed to be a buddy cop thing. I can't remember what they all were, but they had a lot of really cool concepts and a lot of really far out there stuff. And we ended up getting a friggin' Superboy comic that nobody asked for.
I don't even remember buying it.
Nobody did. I'd remember if I bought a Captain Carrot issue because it's Captain Carrot. And we never do anything with Captain Carrot.
Okay, here's Larry saying that in his opinion, it's the best Dracula ever.
Oh.
So there you go. Yeah, I apologize, Jesse. Say what? I haven't felt that I have anything to say recently. There's things I could post, like comic book covers that I get. I really should get back to it because I just haven't done it. I'll try. I wanted that to be a New Year's resolution, and the year's half over now practically, and I put like 2 things up. So I'll try and get better at that.
Nice.
Doc doesn't dig is half a masterpiece. Gee, I really liked it, but you didn't, Doc, huh? Okay. To be fair, Showgirls right direct. This is some retconning. This is some whitewashing or whatever it's called. This is some gaslighting, man. It's not satiric. He meant it. Whatever that guy's name, Joe Budenweiser, Joe Esterhaus, he wrote that thing and he meant it. Seriously. It's so clunkily written. I think that's revisionist history.
I did not know Paul Verhoeven directed Showgirls. This is a first for me. I didn't know that. I love RoboCop. I love Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah, agree.
So, okay, I could see how some people would be like, yeah, it's a satire because Paul Verhoeven, RoboCop is a satire, and the Starship Troopers is a satire, which it always blows my mind that people don't realize that those are satire films. Like, it could not be more on the nose.
Oh, I know. Doogie Howser showing up dressed like he's like from German special forces in the 40s. Yeah.
It could not be, those movies could not be more on the nose. And if you get a chance, if you haven't seen RoboCop recently, go watch that again because Paul Verhoeven sadly got a lot right about where we were going.
Elemis, you recommended JL Dark Rebirth to me and it was excellent. Nice. You are welcome. Okay, well, whatever. I don't want to see it again. If there's a Simpsons satire on it, like a Treehouse of Horror based on it, then I'll watch it again. Multiversity is an important book for later DC events. Yeah, this was when this is the collection, I know, but I'm trying to think. Was this a 2015, 2014, 2015? Yeah, here's your Captain Carrot with the President Superman.
God damn right.
Multiversity. Oh man, I'm going to leave this out with Solo, and I want to read these two also. It's been too long since I've read them.
It's good stuff, man.
I liked Multiversity. That map is very cool. I have the Absolute. Okay, that's cool. I can see owning it, but I don't think I was in love with all the art enough. But I love the story. What's up, Kenny? Good to have you here. Thank you for thoughts, Jessalyn, and for the compliment, Jess. Absolutely. You read the most of anybody, I think, alive in the United States today. You take out 13 library books a week and read them all, and they are way obscure and take way more brain power than I have. So hats off to you, dude.
More power to you, brother.
Yeah. Do you think Captain Carrot is related? Well, they do have the same last name. I remember reading Flaming Carrot like back in the 80s.
Who is Flaming Carrot?
He was an indie creation. He had like a human body, and then his head was this whole carrot. And so he was like the Flaming Carrot. I can't even remember, like Eclipse Comics or maybe early Dark Horse or something. It was just a, I think it's a fairly famous indie at this point. Whoa. What's the best Dracula ever? That got my attention. And in Larry's opinion, it's Francis Ford Coppola's 1991 film. Vanessa, you may have a different reaction than I did in the theater. I was bored. Oh, now here's our first serious question of the night.
Okay.
Please help me understand the difference between ice cream, soft serve, and frozen yogurt, and which do you like better? You should throw in there frozen custard too, Earth's Geomancer.
I don't know. No, I don't know, man.
Well, the difference between ice cream and frozen custard is, I believe frozen custard has more butterfat in it, so it's denser. And ice cream is whipped up more. If we're just talking about not like non-dairy oat milk ice cream, peace and love to whoever eats that, but just like regular old fat ice cream and fat soft serve and stuff. And soft serve it's a product. I think they mix it first and then feed it into the machine, and then it comes out. Unless some people have their own recipes though. Like I know those places down at the beach, like Core Brothers and stuff, that's all got to be a mix. But if you go to like a mom and pop place, that's probably soft serve. I don't actually know the difference between how it gets soft. Dairy Queen, forget it. That stuff's completely out of a package. But I mom and pop operation does make their own soft serve.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen yogurt's a scam, I think, especially when you take it up to the counter and there's like 45 toppings, including gummy bears you can put on them. Sounds like yogurt that's frozen, and then you want to dump a bunch of chocolate jimmies on there.
I will die on the hill that Menchie's is delicious. I don't know if you have a Menchie's up there, but they're popular down here.
It's ice cream?
It's frozen yogurt chain.
Oh, how do you spell it?
Menchie's.
Menchie's. That doesn't spell it. That just pronounces it for me.
Menchies.
IES. No, I don't. We don't have that up here.
Yeah, it's a frozen yogurt chain down here, and it's literally what you just described. They have a whole bunch of flavors. You get a bowl or whatever thing you want. You can add the different flavors, and then they've got a topping bar. So you just load it up with a bunch of toppings. Kind of defeats the whole point of having a healthy yogurt option versus ice cream, but it's delicious.
I can't remember what there was my gym where I had a trainer from 2014 through 2018, and I would go in there and I would work my ass off with this guy for an hour, and then right next door was this Frog Belly or whatever it was called frozen yogurt place, and I can't remember what the flavor was, but man, I was jonesing for it. I said, I deserve a treat, and I'm going in there and getting this. Can't remember what the flavor was, but man, it was my favorite. I got it every time.
They pick the best place. The restaurants pick the best place usually, because the gym that I used to go to, I would come out and there's a Chinese buffet right across the street. And goddamn, if you did not look in there and see everybody happy, just enjoying Chinese food, and you walk out of the gym miserable as hell / happy because you finished a solid workout and go, I want to be like them.
Yeah. Well, I was like them. I would just go right into the frozen yogurt place and get a scoop, get a thing of it. Kenny did not start reading DC Silver Age until I started reading back issues of Superman in the mid to late 90s or 2000s. Then I went back and read those stories. My vote is for the original Nosferatu. Frank Langella Disco Dracula. I remember that. 92, not 91. Oh, but Verhoeven also directed Basic Instinct. Is that movie a parody?
I forgot he did direct Basic Instinct. There was that iconic scene where she's wearing the white dress, and I forgot
that shot her to fame like overnight. I think she was a respected actress before that, but I think she just went into superstardom after that.
Yeah, that was a big deal. That was a really big moment.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Basic Instinct seemed to be a crime drama. Am I misreading it?
I haven't seen it since I was like a teenager.
I feel like that's how long ago it was that I watched it too.
Yeah, it's got to be at least over 20 years since I've seen it.
Yeah, Earth's humans are trying to bring us back to the main topic. That's right, ice cream. Is this the new one, the Nosferatu that came out last year?
Yes.
Was Robert take on Bram Stoker. I do need to see that. You have that in 4K, right?
I have the disc. I've watched it, and I am a huge Robert Eggers fan. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I did not love it, and I think I need to give it a rewatch.
What other movies has he made that I might know?
He did The Northman. The Northman is badass.
I need to see that. That has my girl in it.
Yeah, he did The Northman. He did The Witch, which I love.
That has it too.
Yeah, The Witch. If you guys want to,
The Witch.
Yeah. The Witch is fantastic. It's incredibly well done.
I need to see that.
He did The Lighthouse. I love The Lighthouse as well. So he has not made a bad movie for me. He's been great. He's fantastic as a director. But I didn't immediately love Nosferatu like I loved everything else. I need to watch it again.
Well, it sounds like Vanessa immediately loved it, which is good. Oh, Kryptonic Man. Yes, we are. We're both Brubaker fans.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have them. I should broadcast out of this room all the time because I have everything is right where I need it. Nobody asks me about DC Omnis or Marvel Omnis. They always ask me about these smaller titles, and they're all in this room. Where do we start? Criminal? Cruel Summer? Incognito? Killer Be Killed? Velvet? Fatale? Fade Out? Scene of the Crime? Where the Body Was? Night Fever? Pulp? And the Reckless series. I think that's the one you and I. Is that the one you and I really like, or am I thinking of the Minister of Comics?
No, I love Reckless.
Yeah,
I love that series. It's so good. Brubaker is that's another one we could do a ranking of because we've read a lot of Brubaker, you and I. I think I've read most of his catalog at this point.
I think I have too.
And I think the only sore spot was when he was doing some Marvel stuff. The X-Men stuff just didn't hit. Yeah, it wasn't good.
That Kryptonic, man.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
That's being nice.
Yeah.
That got a root beer bath.
But he has a back catalog that is insane. And I still think my favorite series from him was that horror one. The horror criminal one.
Fatale.
Fatale.
Yeah, I just recently reread it. It holds up nicely.
I love Fatale. Fatale is great. The Fade Out is fantastic. It's one of the best things he's written.
Yeah.
If you love classic Hollywood and that certain time period, you will love the Fade Out.
Wait, did I say Velvet? If I skipped Velvet, I didn't mean to. That's his spy book, which is awesome.
I actually have not read Velvet.
Oh,
I have to admit that. Yeah,
well,
I haven't read that.
You can't rank books without reading Velvet. It's an awesome spy book.
I need to read Velvet.
Yeah,
Gotham Central. How awesome is Gotham Central?
Yeah, half is him and half is the other great crime writer, Greg Rucka.
Yeah.
So we love everything. We could just rank the Reckless books, except I kind of love them all.
We could. So we could do Tom King this week, and let's do Brubaker the following week.
Okay.
Give us a little bit of time to kind of set ourselves up for Brubaker, because Brubaker has a bigger catalog than Tom King. Or do you want to skip a week and then we do Brubaker the week after, so it gives us plenty of time?
I think I would like the extra time because it's been a while since I've read Criminal.
Okay.
I've read Velvet a few times. Kill or Be Killed. I may have to reread it. Those Reckless books have been recent enough that I can.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that really is. And
I love the volume where it's you don't get the main character, you get a side character. Her story.
Anna, I think her name.
Yeah. That was good. That was very good. Is he still doing Reckless books? Because is he working on something else? Because I don't think he's put out a book this past year, right?
You're right, and they were coming out like 2 a year.
Yeah, he was pretty consistent. He might be working on something else right now.
Well, he's done. I missed. What was the child napping one? Oh, Houses of the Unholy.
Okay.
Yeah, he said Houses of the Unholy, Where the Body Was, and Night Fever. All have gotten fair to mixed reviews from people. But I haven't seen anything about Reckless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That would be a good ranking.
Yeah. The tricky thing with him would be, how do we narrow it down? Because condensing all that stuff into just 10, Brubaker's got way more than amazing 10 books.
Well, I think we could group them, like Reckless is one group.
Okay.
That way it brings it down a little bit. Then you've just got Criminal, Cruel Summer, Scene of the Crime, Incognito,
Fatale,
Be Killed, Velvet, Fatale, Fade Out, Pulp. Those 3 books I just said, and then the Reckless series.
Gotham Central.
Yeah. And we don't acknowledge the existence of the X-Men book. My least favorite Summers brother, whatever he was, Vulcan.
They keep trying to make Vulcan cool, and nobody's like, it is Vulcan.
Solo does need a reprint. Hey, CNSS, what up? Good to have you here.
I think that's what it is. There's an Amazon series of Criminal coming out, and I'm kind of
Oh,
wondering if he's been working on that.
oh, I bet he has been. You're right.
So that's probably what's been taking up his time.
Okay, I do agree with Coppola's Dracula being the best ever until a few months ago. Robert Egger is now the best. I will die on this hill. Gelato. Gelato is Italian ice cream and is a little bit different. I just learned recently Dairy Queen can't call their stuff ice cream.
Hmm.
That's right, because it comes out of a bag.
Oh.
Here's a good question. Have either of you blind bought a big Omni and regretted it because the writing was abysmal?
Yes. God, yes.
Whoa, that came up quickly.
Thor. Classic Thor.
Oh,
No, and I'll do classic X-Men.
yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that was painful. I flipped that thing quick. I tried to get rid of that thing out of my house real quick at the time.
Yeah, those were blind buys for me. Yeah, early X-Men, early Thor. Those were rough.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, Thor was rough.
Thor was really bad.
Yeah. I don't know that there's another Omni though, because I'm either familiar with the material, or I'll take a viewer or Discord person's suggestion about it. Like if I see enough viewers telling me that,
Yeah.
I already know Wonder Woman by Greg Rucka is a great omnibus, but if I didn't know, there'd be enough people in the chat telling me, Jess, you have to get Rucka's Wonder Woman. It's awesome. So I can't think of anything except what Lou listed. I'm also not in my Omni room, but if I hated it, it wouldn't be in there.
Nightfall.
I never bought that.
Ah!
I never bought that. I knew not to buy that.
Coward.
God, and there's like 3 Nightfall Omnis, and then there's like Night Rise or Night Terrors or Night of Shining Armor or something. There's like 2 more after that.
Yeah, I enjoy Nightfall to a point. And that point is when Azrael shows up and he's very pointy and he's got the little metal he gets very pointy and he's got his little metal bat outfit, and I go, okay, I'm done. I think I'm good here. Yeah, this is
The character design on Azrael was very 90s.
ugh.
He didn't have big guns, but he sure was pointy, as you say.
Yeah, I love the concept of Bane before he was the big dummy that he was portrayed in a lot of the media and stuff. Because Bane was genuinely intimidating when he first showed up, and I think I like the fact Tom King kind of takes it back to that in his Batman run. Yeah, he makes him intelligent again, which I think
and calculating
because he messes with Batman throughout that whole run a lot.
Yeah, you're right.
He's behind the scenes in a lot of that run. And what I liked about Nightfall was, this is a character that is strategically trying to pick him apart. Okay, this is a really cool concept and everything like that. He's tiring him out. He's releasing a whole bunch of villains and stuff like that. So when he does show up and he does fight him, it's like, oh, cool. And he famously broke his back. All that stuff, I really dug. I really enjoyed it. It's after that stuff where I'm just like, oh, this fell apart really fast for me.
AS likes a good soft serve with chocolate shell dip. Yeah. Earth's Geo, you don't know what frozen custard is? Look at the little emoji. Refined cultural taste with me with the eyepiece. You don't know what frozen custard is. I'm not being smart. I'm not being a smart ass. Where are you from? Are you in the? I don't know. Let's get to know Earth's Geomancer. Are you in the States? Because if you're in the States, you should have some kind of frozen custard representative at least within an hour's drive of you, I would think. There we go. Ice cream for ice cream. Okay, Vanessa and Larry are talking about Nosferatu and Dracula. Mm-hmm. Lou, have you ever watched Bone Tomahawk?
I haven't watched it. No, sorry.
I know the name of that. It's a cool name, but I've never watched it. Batmanda, I feel like frozen yogurt places were popping up all over the place in the 2010s, and now most of them are gone. There were so many orange leafs. Must have been a chain. Oh yeah, Sharon. Verhoeven directed Total Recall. I don't think I remember that. Verhoeven did Total Recall. I remember that was a really good movie. I didn't know. It didn't dawn on me that I don't think I knew he had that many movies to his credit.
I don't remember directing Total Recall. I have Total Recall. I need to rewatch it.
Oh my God, Lou is my best friend now. I'm a huge Robert Eggers fan too. There we go, making friends.
Awesome.
Correct. That is the correct answer, Jack Ferry. The Vivitch, 100 out of 10. Nosferatu, 10 out of 10. The Lighthouse, 9 out of 10. I at least need to see the Vivitch.
You really do.
Scary somehow. And
it's so good.
It's got my gal in it, so I really appreciate her acting.
It's so good. I love that movie.
Have you guys ever seen Loaded Weapon? They parody that Basic Instinct scene. Loaded Weapon. Is that like a Naked Gun kind of movie?
I haven't seen it.
It just reminded me of a Simpsons where groundskeeper Willie does this Sharon Stone Basic Instinct scene with his kilt on. And everybody gets grossed out.
Man.
Robert Eggers' The Witch, literally my favorite movie ever. Best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And then he went on to direct Nosferatu 2. He's an incredible gothic horror director.
Eggers is really interesting. He really sticks close to this, to whatever. So wherever the location of the film is supposed to be in, he sticks close to the accent, the culture. He really pays attention to a lot of the smaller details and stuff like that. What I really appreciate of The Witch, I want to say The Witch, I'm just going to say it like that for now. The Witch, what I really appreciate about The Northman, and he really was a stickler for accents and how people talk and everything like that. And it was the same thing in Nosferatu, and man, yeah, he's so good as a director.
Oh wait, Manga Geekdom's in here.
Hey, Gio.
The best vampire in media is Dracula in The Party Monsters from Midway's 1989 Elvira and The Party Monsters Pinball Table. Gio, the Dracula that Tiny Onion did with the artist from Department of Truth, is that based on the book, the movie? Or I don't think it's original. What is it based on? I feel like it's based on the book.
I liked Nick Cage as Dracula in that Nosferatu movie. Not Nosferatu, in Renfield. It was about 2 years ago.
Renfield.
It's fun. Renfield is fun. Don't take it too seriously. It's meant to be just really dumb and really fun, and I enjoyed it a lot. And plus, I like Nick Cage. So.
Yeah, I do too. You don't have to apologize, Vanessa. This is kind of a free-for-all makeup show. The topic is whatever you want to talk about, as long as ice cream is the most important. But people keep bringing it back to comic books. To me, Kill or Be Killed is Brubaker's strongest writing as far as concept, peaks and valleys in the storyline and dialogue. Still missing some issues of Fatale.
Kill or Be Killed was good.
Yeah, it was good. Love Brubaker's early Vertigo books like Scene of the Crime. Oh, I forgot about Dead Boy Detectives.
I forgot he wrote that.
Yeah, it's included in the Omni. And Dead Enders. Yeah, that's a Vertigo book that not many people know about that he wrote. Pulp is a great short book. Sleeper. That's another one. Is my favorite. The only
Oh my God,
made me like Grifter. Sleeper's got Grifter in it.
Oh my God, Sleeper has Grifter in it. I forgot
Sleeper's great. I mean, so he must write a good Grifter in it, or we wouldn't have liked it. I wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody can save Grifter.
That still has that been collected, Chris? Or is it just, you know what? I think it's been released. He releases it on his end papers or whatever it's called, his newsletter. And then I think he gets a trade paperback, but I'm holding out for the deluxe that I feel is inevitable. I'd love to read Friday, though. With Brubaker, the hard question would be, what book do you not like?
X-Men.
That's
not a hard question for me. But I don't even think that was his fault. Was he co-writing that?
I'm sure it was editorial's fault.
Yeah.
I read Nexus back in the 90s. I don't remember anything about it. Great art, and I thought it was a good story.
Can't help you there, pal. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Brubaker, Daredevil, and Captain America.
Yep. We forgot about
that. I was concentrating only on his independent stuff, but his Captain America is my favorite Captain America, although I haven't read all that much. But
I have a feeling that's going to be a tough list. That Brubaker list is probably going to be difficult to narrow it down.
Now that we threw in Daredevil and Captain America, that's a lot of books.
Yeah,
that is a lot of books. The newer animated Batman show and the criminal adaptation have slowed down his comics output in recent years. Okay. A lot of people reminding us about Captain America, about Brubaker.
Well, it's kind of been the same thing with Fraction, right? Fraction did Jimmy Olsen, then pieced out for a few years, and he did that Godzilla show. And I think he's got a comic coming out soon, doesn't he?
He's taking over on Batman, I think.
Fraction?
Yeah.
Really?
I think he's taking over for Zdarsky.
Stop. Is he really?
I think so.
Okay.
Somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like that's what he's taking over.
He is. Yeah. Right. He's got that new outfit with Jorge Jimenez.
Oh, I haven't seen the outfit.
Fraction and Jorge Jimenez are working on the book. Well, the art's going to be great on this.
Yeah.
Fraction is so hot and cold with me, man. When Fraction is good, he is really, really, really good. Like great even. When Fraction is bad for me, oof.
Well, it's mainly shown the easiest place to find the exact opposites, like you just said, is in that Fantastic Four Omni, where he's got FF with art by Mike Allred, which is fantastic.
Yep.
And then the Fantastic Four stuff is like,
it's terrible.
This isn't really that good. Yeah.
And then Fear itself wasn't that good.
I feel like I've only read some of the tie-ins.
Yeah, the Fraction stuff wasn't that good.
Because Iron Man's supposed to be good. You read November, right? And you like that.
I like November a whole lot. I think it reads better as a whole completed work because it's really interesting how he ties in the multiple timelines and stuff like that. So I think if you want to get all of it.
Okay.
You and I agree. Jimmy Olsen is one of the best comics that have come out this decade. If we are still doing the show 5 years from now, Jimmy Olsen will easily be in the top 5, I think, of the best comics that have come out this decade. I love that book.
I do too.
I stand on it that it's the best thing he's ever written. It's better than Hawkeye. It's better than anything else he's ever done. Book is brilliant. It's so good.
Yeah. I agree with everything you just said. Has anyone read Supernatural Law by Bat and Lash? I love the series, but I seem to be the only one in Belgium who reads it. I'm familiar with the title and the author, but I don't think I've read it. Empire Omni, regret.
Anybody here with a ROM Omni? You guys regret that one yet? Huh?
Geo bought the ROM Epic. He's been and he got the action figure too, and we were trying to figure out on Monday how to get him a Walmart vest that he could sew and put on his little figure because he has the scanner gun.
He's got the scanner gun.
Fun Bobby, this is a question that I just got asked recently, and I think I can safely say if you're a newbie, I would say the Jed McKay Moon Knight that just came out. I don't think it's his Mr. Knight personality. He even goes to the therapist in his crime fighting costume.
It's good.
It's really, really good.
Good.
The Benson and Huston stuff, I think that might be before the Jed McKay stuff. I might have recommended that, but I think you need to have a little more knowledge about Khonshu and stuff to really get into the Benson and Huston stuff. But yeah, Jed McKay, super great book. So's his Doctor Strange. Thank you. OmniDog's Discord. That's right. Neurosurgeon Alfred in an unsterile environment in a cave. Yeah.
Got bat droppings everywhere. It's just not sanitary. The place is just not
dank, humid under cave. 00711. Anything Grant Morrison is virtually 50-50 best or worst Omni ever.
Grant Morrison. That's another one. When Grant Morrison is amazing, boy howdy, he is without a doubt one of the best working of all time. When Grant Morrison is Grant Morrison, it is an experience.
Yeah.
Wow. It's you can either get Grant Morrison light or Grant Morrison huffing paint. And really huffing paint Grant Morrison can be a bit much.
Well, there's like Klaus, that's on the scale at 1. Everybody can read that and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then there's the Filth or the Nameless at 10. It's incomprehensible. I know people out there probably in this chat have read Invisibles and loved it. But I'm going to say that's a pretty difficult read. I had trouble with it personally. Yeah. Somebody like Chris Brogan, he's smart. He probably gets everything, all the references or whatever. But man, Nameless and Filth and Invisibles, those were all 9s and 10s to me. Like, what did I just read? War of the Realms Omni was also a regret. Love the story, but better in the Thor. War of the Realms. Okay. Love the story, but better in the Thor Omni's run. All those tie-ins, not great. Same with King and Black Omni. Too much tie-in filler. Better in the Venom Omni run. I think I've heard that. I haven't heard that about War of Realms, but I have heard that about King and Black Omni.
Yeah. I like the tie-ins. I like the King and Black stuff. I read all the tie-ins and everything like that, but I didn't read it as an Omni. I read it as it was coming out, and I generally liked all the tie-in stuff that he was doing at the time. It was really fun.
I haven't read the Venom, the King in Black stuff, but I've read a bunch of tie-ins that I just randomly ran into, like in Black Cat and Savage Avengers and X-Men.
Yeah.
They were all good stories that I read. Those were the three that I ran into while I was reading something else. I just happened upon it. The Black Cat ones could stand on its own. It was
So
included in Omni.
wait, you haven't read King in Black yet? You haven't read the Venom stuff?
No,
Oh,
I
Jeff.
know who Null is, and I
Okay.
understood the X-Men story enough, but Savage Avengers is barely a tie-in, and Black Cat is like a complete standalone story. It fits perfectly in the Black Cat by Jed McKay.
Okay.
Are you saying I need to read King of Black, Venom and King in Black?
I think you should definitely read. I'm surprised you haven't read Donny Cates' Venom run.
I read the first hardcover,
Okay.
came out, and loved it. Same with Immortal Hulk. Loved both those first hardcovers, and I still haven't finished either.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
especially Hulk.
Oh my god, dude.
I haven't
Hulk is
finished
so
Jason Aaron's
good.
Thor.
Okay, well, yeah, that has highs and lows. I'm really surprised about Immortal Hulk. Immortal Hulk is so good, and it ends on a place where I go, I don't need to read another Hulk comic. I think I'm pretty satisfied here.
Wow.
I really like where it ended, and I really like where he takes the character of Bruce Banner and he leaves him in a much better place than where the story starts. And then they undo all of it in the next series, which I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. It's so good. It really is. Immortal Hulk is incredible. Venom is great. Donny Cates' Venom run. I'm really surprised. You really are doing yourself a disservice to finish it because it's so much fun. It's nothing that you're gonna be like, wow, this changed my life. Oh my god, I'm a better person after reading this. No, it's just fun. It really is a lot of fun.
Okay. FYI, Brubaker has the first new criminal book in 5 years called The Knives, coming out in August. Okay. Earthsteel, you live in California and there's no frozen custard around? Gosh. There has to be. It's it's dense and thick. It comes out like in a slab. It's not swirly. It's soft ice cream that's pumped up, not pumped up. It's got extra butter fat in it, so it comes out from the machine like in a slab like thing that they cut off and then they scoop it out. It's soft enough to scoop. It is different than ice cream. Frozen yogurt and ice cream all over, I bet. But yeah. Oh, Freddy's is near me and it is awesome. That's where I meet my comic book friend. They sell great frozen custard and great burgers. Oh my gosh, I love Freddy's.
You want to talk about great burgers? The wife and I, we went to, and my youngest, we went to a new place down the road from us called Skinny Louie's. Great smash burger.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, we went twice this past weekend. That's how much we love it.
What
We
else did
went.
you have the burger?
We went Saturday, and I got the regular smash burger. I got a double, and it's got grilled onions, there's sauce on it. It was delicious. And we got French fries and a strawberry milkshake, and the strawberry milkshake has like little bits of cookies in it.
Oh,
Oh, Jeff.
cookies. A cookie strawberry
Yeah.
milkshake?
It has like little chunks of cookies in it, right, sweetie? It was delicious. It was
Wow.
my 2-year-old's first time having a milkshake, and she devoured it. She was so
Good.
happy.
Good for her.
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh.
Is that a chain or a place just local?
I don't know if it's a chain. This is the first time I've been to one, and honestly, I'm so happy, and it's dangerous that it's about 20 minutes from my house, walking distance. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good.
Yeah, fortunately, Freddy's is a solid 40 minutes away from me. I can always get my comic book buddy to meet me there for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that's the airline pilot that I flew out to LA overnight the red eye coming back. We went out for In-N-Out for lunch and dinner, and then came straight back.
You guys hear this? Jess has his own personal pilot. Look at that.
He was on the plane with me. He got me my ticket for like $100, and we went out there. By the time we got out there, it was lunchtime. We had to fly standby at 6 a.m. out of Dulles, which is an hour away. We got on the plane. It was packed because it was a Monday morning going to California from DC. I had my Letterman's jacket from In-N-Out on. We went there for lunch. Then we drove around. He rented a car, and you can tell he's a pilot because he drove like a maniac. And we checked out various comic book places.
Yes.
5 o'clock came, and we had dinner at In-N-Out. And then we took the red eye home, which was the most uncomfortable. I will say it's in the top 3 most uncomfortable things I've ever done.
Man.
Not able to sleep, and there's the arms didn't pull up or anything. It's like, just lie down. I was like falling asleep like this. It was for a young man, a much younger man.
Are you a window seat guy or an aisle seat?
I prefer the aisle.
You prefer the aisle?
Window, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I prefer neither because I hate flying. I don't like
flying. That's right.
We talked about this last week. I'm terrified of flying. But I prefer the aisle because I know I'm not looking out the window. I'm keeping that thing closed. I don't.
You're messing with me, Earth's Geo. I didn't know that. You said, "What is this frozen custard?" You could have been from Algeria or something. I don't know. You said, "Tell me of this frozen custard."
I'm just amazed that the OmniDog YouTube channel is doing well enough that you got your own private jet, the OmniJet, and you'll be taking it out to Heroes Con, and you're not inviting anybody else on it.
Yeah, it's insensitive of me.
It's very, but I understand you don't want to get the nice Corinthian leather rug that you got installed on the plane dirty from all the poor people that are going to Heroes Con with you.
The great unwashed. Yeah, no, they're not welcome aboard the OmniDog jet. How dare you? Yes, Lou, exactly. That's what I love about Robert Eggers. He really does stick to the real stuff. The witch is full of real witch folklore.
Ooh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is steeped in a lot of authenticity.
Northman is my favorite of Eggers, says Hondo. It has a little Lord of the Rings and a little Conan. Simple story, but excellent.
So much fun.
Has anyone seen the first Amazon Prime series Brubaker wrote? No, Too Old to Die. It's a neo-noir crime drama he co-created with Nicholas Refn?
Nicholas Winding Refn. Yeah, he directed Drive.
Oh. No, I want to see it. I didn't know about it.
I haven't seen that.
Loaded Weapons. Oh, a National Lampoon movie from 93. Okay, Jack Ferry highly recommends Too Old to Die. Saturday the 14th. Oh, is that a Loaded Weapon thing instead of Friday the 13th? It's Saturday the 14th. Looking forward to reading Brubaker's Cap next month. It's a great ride. This is about Friday. There are 3 smaller trade paperbacks. Here we go. Thank you, NFL Dude. There's a Friday hardcover incoming. Nice. I waited it out.
Yeah, Brubaker's Cap Run is really good. You're going to enjoy it. The only nitpick I have is that once Bucky got the shield, he was only capped for about a week before they go, and Steve is back. I was like, oh, okay. But it's great. No, the whole thing is really good. It does lose a little bit of steam towards the end, but it's good.
What's the one book you told me about that you need to read right after it? And nobody knows about this.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up. There is, what was his name? He created Spider-Gwen. And then he had some allegations that were thrown against him, and it pretty much tanked his career. Jason Latour. So after you read that run, there is a mini series that is written by Jason Latour that kind of puts a nice little bow on Brubaker's Captain America run.
What's it called? It's not the Marvels project, is it? No, it's not the Marvels.
No. No, it's Bucky's in it, and it's Bucky and Black Widow.
Yeah, I read that, and I at your recommendation, and you were right. It does.
Hold on. We have the internet.
Oh, okay. Brubaker's Batman is disappointing, not bad, but nothing special. His Catwoman is awesome, though. I forgot about his Catwoman. I didn't purposely forget about his Batman because I haven't read it. I do agree his Catwoman is awesome.
Winter Soldier, Electric Ghost, I think is what it is, isn't it?
Electric
I want
Ghost?
to say yes.
It doesn't sound
I think that's what the trade paperback is called. Yeah, it's called Winter Soldier. It's Volume 4, The Electric Ghost. An all-new mission, all-new creative team, all-new status quo. Join writer Jason Latour, and Nick Klein was the artist.
I don't remember that it was called Electric Ghost, but that's fine. You were right to recommend it.
Yeah, it kind of puts a bow on the whole thing. It's good.
Derek Tyler's here. Welcome. Here's Gio's.
I got some reads, man.
What's that?
Oh, there.
What?
I got some reads when you're ready.
Oh, okay. Dracula comic is not based on the novel. It is mostly taking cues from the movie and Broadway play. Thank you, Manga Geekdom. Jess, you are right. Fraction, okay, taking over Batman. Fraction Iron Man. That's a long time recommendation that I haven't read yet. I have the whole thing, but including Fear Itself, but I haven't read it yet. Wait, Fear Itself wasn't part of that, was it? I don't know. Anyway, Riley said Fractions Iron Man is really good. No, it hasn't been made into an Omni, which is I have it in like 4 formats. I have oversized hardcovers, Marvel Premiere, and then trade paperbacks. So I've got it in 3 separate. It is so poorly contained, and it's not like it goes in a row. It's like trade, Marvel Premiere, trade, Marvel Premiere. It's really annoying. It does need an Omni. What are we talking about? I agree with this, but what was the specific? Maybe must
I think
be
it was
about
Fear Itself.
Oh,
I brought up Fear Itself.
Oh, okay. My wife loves Brubaker's Catwoman. She should. Nice. Oh no, it's out of print, and people tax
already
aftermarket. Oh,
wow, already.
Do you have Marvel Unlimited? You could read it there.
It's a good place to do it.
Well, I didn't know that, or I'd have voted for it on the reprint poll. Catwoman. Excellent. Good stuff. Unfortunately, the creator Bat and Lash passed away a few years ago. Derek does not regret buying the ROM. Okay. Hey, fun Bobby, want to go out for some drinks? Do you know each other? You're welcome, but it turns out my recommendation is out of print. Favorite Morrison? Klaus. Wait, this is a real thing? Batman Deadpool crossover?
Oh, you haven't heard about this?
No. What?
Yeah, this was announced this past week. You know how they're doing that crossover thing?
Oh, the Marvel DC crossovers?
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll pull up the article. You're going to... Okay, so hold on. Nobody ruin it. What do you think would be the creative team for a Batman and Deadpool crossover. Now, think about it this way, because it's on both sides. There is a creative team on Batman Deadpool, which is the DC side, and there is a separate creative team on Deadpool Batman on the Marvel side.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. How does Batman put up with 2 seconds of Deadpool? I say he does not. But you're asking my well, I think it has to be funny, even though Matt Fraction showed in Jimmy Olsen that Batman is not funny, even though he thinks he's funny. How is it not funny? So it's got to be funny writers. Batman Deadpool. I will say it's Jerry Duggan on Marvel side.
Okay.
DC's side.
I don't think you're ever gonna get this creative team. This is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't.
Rom V and Jamal Campbell. No, I don't know.
Okay. So, Batman / Deadpool, the second of the Marvel DC one-shots launching in November, will be by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora.
On the DC side?
On the DC side.
Okay.
Who previously worked together on Klaus, which is great. That's a solid team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked Grant Morrison. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. So the other side is Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo.
Ooh, Greg Capullo. I know Spider-Man is not looked at fondly, but the Zeb Wells stuff in Krakoa was really good. The Krakoa Zeb Wells stuff was good, and his New Mutants Quest for Magic was good. So I'm going to be hopeful about both these teams.
Yeah. So it's going to be good.
I want to see Morrison do Batman Deadpool. That sounds, I mean, how difficult can he make that to be read with Deadpool in it? Even his Batman was like a little kind of literary type reference book, but it was understandable. With Deadpool in it, I feel like Morrison must have a sense of humor. He appeared on The Simpsons before.
See, what you don't understand about Deadpool is I don't know why I'm making him sound like a Beatle. What you don't understand about Deadpool is that he's got cancer inside of him, but we've all got cancer inside of us. So I want to explore the deep thoughts of this character. Oh God.
You just ruined it for me. You're right. How'd you come up with that so fast? We all have cancer inside of us.
I don't know why I tried to make him sound like Ringo Starr, one of the Beatles, man.
Thanks, Derek, for bringing it up. I had no idea. What's the first crossover, if that's the second one?
You just reminded me. So, okay, we will get back to comics. I wanted to bring this up to you, and I just remembered. I wanted to bring this up to you from a few years ago. You're a fan of the Beatles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Huge fan.
So have you heard of this project that they're doing where they are filming a series of movies where each film is focused on one Beatle and they are all coming out in the same month?
Whoa, who's doing that? That sounds awesome.
It's the dude that did American Beauty.
Oh, wow. I worship that movie.
Yeah, what's his face? I think it's Sam Mendes.
I don't remember. I worship the movie, but I don't remember.
Hold on. American Beauty. So, okay, the bit of this is it's Sam Mendes. They are filming all the movies back to back. Each movie focuses on one Beatle. The movies are all going to apparently come out in the same month to theaters. Nobody's going to go see the Ringo movie because nobody gives a shit about Ringo, right? Like, we can all agree on that? Like, you know, Paul and John, you would obviously be the ones that most people are going to go see. You would assume, right?
Yeah. George was pretty interesting. He had a very interesting life, but he did part of it's he did die young. Not as young as John Lennon, but yeah, he did die young.
My question to you is, how would you release them?
Oh, in what order?
In what order?
Ringo, George, Paul, and John.
Oh, you're starting with the worst one first.
I'm saving the most interesting for last. That's subjective.
See, I think you got to get a good hook. You obviously finish with John because he's probably the biggest one out of all of them. And wait, hold on, no. Because you could do John in the middle, and then you could introduce Yoko, and you could have that Chuck Berry scene.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I've seen that. That is something to behold, that video.
Yoko is their Thanos, right?
Thanos.
No, what's his face? Baron Zemo. Yoko is their Baron Zemo in Civil War, where she destroys the Avengers, right? And then you end it with Ringo, which nobody cared. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you
start with Paul.
Okay, I can see that.
Start with Paul, then you do. This is where it gets tricky. George, then John, then finish with Ringo.
Oh no, but nobody will go see that. That needs to be in the middle where people will be hyped up still.
Yeah, maybe you finish with John.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to. Oh, Chris, this makes me feel better. I tried Invisibles and got to about issue 4 and had to give up. How dare you say New X-Men is bad? How dare you? That's the book that got me into the X-Men. JLA? Is JLA?
No.
Derek, what are we going to do with you? I agree with
New X-Men's awesome.
I love that. JLA. And you were just saying how much you liked his Superman. Well, everybody has a different opinion. Oh, Belgian Ellen, you are 100% right. Jed McKay's Black Cat is a good read. And yeah, Derek Tyler loves every book that Derek just listed. Yeah, I'm surprised on... I think you need to explain yourself, Derek. Explain why those are bad Grant Morrison books. That's fair. Black Cat and the Miles story was good. I haven't read this is King in Black from 20 minutes ago. As I'm getting admonished for not having read Immortal Hulk. No, it's a blind spot, right? It's a complete blind spot. Okay. Doc Ellery, he's hit or miss with me, Grant Morrison is. I think he does better with lesser known or newer type projects, except for Batman. Thought he was going to be horrible on Batman, but was pleasantly surprised. Hey, what's up, Quack? Good to see you.
What's up, man?
Oh, 100% right, Doc Elevator. That is one of the main reasons I'm going to Heroes Con. Is on the way down there is a Culver's in North Carolina on the main interstate. There's a Culver's like right off. And this is a place from Wisconsin. It's supposed to have amazing burgers. It's a fast food place, but it has amazing burgers and frozen custard. Yeah, Doc Elevator. I will report back because I'm going to hit it going down and I'm going to hit it coming back up. I don't care about eating clean or anything when I've got a Culver's right in front of me. Rediscovered, Chili's burgers. Big QP special is crazy good value. I used to really like the food at Chili's. I haven't been there in forever. Yeah, now you're making me want burgers from Chili's because I remember their food being darn decent. Wait, we never got back to who the first Marvel DC crossover is. Do we know who that is? You said Deadpool Batman was the second one. The second one.
do. As far as I know, I don't think we do. I'm assuming it's probably JSA or JLA and Avengers, right? That'd be the most obvious one.
Oh, I thought since it was Batman Deadpool, it'd be something like Superman Spider-Man or something.
I haven't been paying attention to any of this stuff. I'm assuming and hoping it's good, like anything else, but we'll see. We'll see what the creative teams are and how this shakes out. But yeah, Batman and Deadpool is a weird mix. I wouldn't have pictured that. That's pretty good. That'll be fun.
You're making Matt hungry. Okay, good. We're doing our job. Oh yeah, TCBY. I forgot about that. The country's best yogurt. That was a 80s thing. Skinny Louie's has one in Florida and another in New York. Well, they're both, well, New York is closer. The infamous Burger Midnight Run, right? When we flew right out there and right back. I know I want a milkshake now too. I want to go to
Sorry,
Wendy's,
guys.
a bunch of new Frosties flavors.
Ooh.
Texas Elf is taking plane trips for fried peanut butter banana sandwiches.
Have you ever had a fried peanut butter banana sandwich?
I have not had it fried. I like banana and peanut butter, like on white bread or something. I haven't had the nerve to fry it. I mean, you could just pan saute it. I mean, we're not talking deep fried, right? It's just griddled, like on a griddle. You turn it over in butter and stuff.
Yes, it's delicious, but oh my God, you can see why Elvis ballooned almost 300 pounds, and Fat Elvis was very sad.
Yeah.
I have a few recommendations, and we're going to talk more about this on Friday. I started reading Tom King's Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah. I haven't read the third trade yet, but I read the first two. I just ordered the third trade.
I'm only on the first trade. Good Lord, I was not expecting that. That is next level stuff.
I
That's
agree.
very good. That is very, very, very impressive.
Yeah.
We'll see when this shakes out because Tom King not necessarily known for his long runs. Certainly, a lot of people were mixed on Batman. This feels very, very well thought out and very well planned. And he, from the beginning, seems like he knows where he is going. And good Lord, it is heavily politically charged.
Yeah.
If you are somebody that is one of those YouTube grifters that is like, I don't like politics in my comics, unless they agree necessarily with what you believe in, then you are not going to be one of those people that likes this book. I'm telling you right now, you're just not. So you might as well just skip this one. It has a lot to say about certain subjects. And I think the true sad thing about this is that the book came out last year, early last year, and it is extremely more relevant now than it was even last year.
Yep.
And this, we usually don't do this, but literally, this is not a book that you could talk about it without bringing this up because it is all at the forefront of this book. It is literally Wonder Woman versus the U.S. government and how that shakes out.
Yeah. And he's got a whole mythos built about the founding of America and stuff like that and what's happened. And with the three kids, excuse me, it's set in the future with Wonder Woman's daughter and then John Kent and then Damian forming a trinity, which I think is really a cool concept. But yeah, I mean, this is like the most political book you could probably read right now, unless you're reading a book of political cartoons.
Yeah.
I feel like the second trade maybe brings it back a little, not quite as in your, yeah, not quite as not in your face, but not politics forward.
Yeah.
It deals more with, I think, her strength of resolve, maybe in the second book.
Okay.
I would say, without trying to spoil it.
Okay. I've only read the first one. I dug the hell out of it. And I really like the concept. Now, is this the first time that we've seen Diana's daughter? Is this a new concept, or has she been in other stuff before? I'm probably wrong
It's
on
a
that.
recent concept. There's a Trinity book coming out that has like all her appearances, and I don't think we know who the father is.
No, they've been keeping that very hush hush in the book, at
Yeah,
least in the first volume. They
right,
haven't said who he is.
right. Yeah, no, and they haven't said in the second volume. And I feel like Trinity's a recent creation. I don't know who created her, because that's the first I'm reading of her. But I know
Mhm.
DC's putting out a book that has all her recent appearances. Um, and it includes the Wonder Woman stuff.
Yeah. This book, man, there is so towards the end of the first volume, there is a moment where a whole bunch of villains have gathered together and they've been orchestrated by the US government to fight Diana. There is a moment where I think it's Giganta, I can't remember her name,
I think that's right.
she drops a building on Diana, and then you think, "Oh, this is done." And one of the biggest fuck yes moments, the panel cuts, and I forgot what it exactly says, but it sums up to, this is Wonder Woman, and her resolve will not be, something along those lines, will not be quenched, or something like that. Oh my god, it's such a great moment, and it is drawn.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
crap, this team is so good.
I can pull that. It's right here. Wow, this is great. I should move my studio in here.
This team is so good, man.
Yeah, it really is. It has her facing off with a lot of different people and having her resolve tested.
Yeah. So super small spoilers to kind of set this up. Basically, what ends up happening is in the first few pages, Amazonian, it kills people in a bar, and that kind of sets the chain of events off where the United States government steps in and goes, "We don't want any Amazonians here. We want them all gone. We're banning them." Blah 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 blah. And then we are introduced to this guy, Steele.
Yeah, Sergeant Steele.
Sergeant Steele, who
Sorry,
is
I just ruined the best part of the book. She
oh, I
faces
love that moment with the jet. Oh my god, I love that moment with the jet. Sergeant Steele, who is the most generic military asshole you could think of, but it's so good, man. I love this book. I really, really do. Yeah, I'm really curious because I think, has he said he's got 100 issues mapped out or something like? He's in it for the long haul.
I did not know that. No, I don't know. I don't really. I'm not caught up.
I might be misquoting him.
Just look at this art. It's so good. I think it's Daniel St. Pierre. It's super good.
Yes. So Tom King plans on writing Wonder Woman for at least 100 issues.
That's great news for me because I love it.
So he's in it for the long haul.
So you're welcome for the Omni. Crappy trade paperbacks. Hey, Kane. Welcome. Good to see you. Saturday the 14th is a 1981 parody type of movie. I remember being funny. I think it's on Amazon. Okay. I like the artists better than the writers, Mora and Capullo. Now with the writer, Lou. But Deadpool, yeah. Most people who dislike the Wells JRJR Spider-Man didn't actually read it. They just blindly harvest the opinions from loudmouth YouTubers.
Happens a lot.
Well, I'm not a loudmouth YouTuber because I haven't read it yet.
You are a YouTuber though.
And I can be loud sometimes.
No.
Does Deadpool have an equivalent of the Black Case book? He's going to need one. Yeah. Like Grant Morrison, not so much Zeb Wells. His Spidey run dragged on for way too long, kind of like Dan Slott towards the. I thought Dan Slott got better towards the end. Zeb Wells is writing one of them. Nice. Oh, you're not seeing a concert tonight, Hondo? I still have Mission Impossible 3 and 4 to see. Well, this is an unusual opinion, but okay, Darumo. Go for it.
John?
I think he's one of the most interesting. George tried to take Ringo's wife. Could be done soap opera-y. Well, Eric Clapton took George's wife. Meanwhile, Ringo's wife, wait, was it Barbara Bach or the wife before that? Because I think George might have slept with Ringo's first wife. Meanwhile, all of them cheated on their wives because they all married early, except for Paul.
What?
Waited a little longer. But yeah, John, George, all cheated on their first marriages. Well, they're kids. They were like 22 when they got married. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm excusing.
Imagine all the people
awfully young to get married.
Imagine all the people indeed.
Wait a minute. What I found out about Deadpool Batman is Zeb Wells, Greg Capullo, Kevin Smith. Wait a second. Chip Zdarsky, Kelly Thompson, Adam Kubert, and Terry Dodson?
We're getting a Widening Gyre sequel.
Oh, what are you saying, Belgian Ellen?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Maybe that's. Yeah, that was hilarious. The Chuck Berry video.
Oh my God! If you have not seen that, yeah. Ugh.
Hey, Doug, JLA saved me. Grant Morrison's JLA saved you. Nice. Read The Invisibles, and it is a head scratcher. I know it's kind of like The Matrix. I don't know. Invisible starts with the Lord Byron and Mary Shelley stuff, so it relies on you knowing about that history. It gets a little less dense after that. Oh, okay, I see that. I was a newer reader. I was a new reader. That was the first X-Men book I read. As a longtime reader in X-Men, all of a sudden is, I was going to say Xavier. Xavier has a sister he never knew about, secondary mutations, etc. Oh, but Emma turning into Diamond. That's so awesome. Oh, you've made Doug want to read it now, based on Lord Byron and Mary Shelley. Oh, was it bacon and peanut butter, banana and bacon? It might have been just peanut butter and bacon. I don't know.
I always felt bad for Elvis, especially towards the end of his life. He got screwed over, man, by so many people.
Oh yeah, his management, the Colonel especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel a lot of people felt. I felt like Superman got better as it ended. As it ended, it had stronger writers like Tomasi and Gene Yang. Save us, Wonder Woman.
Save us, Wonder Woman.
I liked the first half of his Batman run, his Wonder Woman 50-50, and loved Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow and Superman Up in the Sky, plus his Vision run.
God, I love his Wonder Woman so far, though. Ugh.
Yeah. Trinity is new to this Tom King run. Okay.
Then
I wonder what book DC's publishing, because it looks like it had other Trinity characters. You find out the father in volume 3.
Nice.
Don't spoil it for us, anybody, because we don't know. Thank you for letting us know, Doc Elevator. Besides Spider-Man, what others? I'm not recommending Straczynski Spider-Man. I'll tell you what, I think the best thing JMS wrote was Midnight Nation. That's still available, I think, as like an absolute sized, really boss book. Check out Midnight Nation. I don't know if it's still available on instocktrades.com. It may be available somewhere else, but if it was at instocktrades.com, it would be like 30 to 60% off because it's a big collected edition. Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount. There is a $50 gift card giveaway that we're taking back in the War of the Backward Boys. We're taking it back next month, and we're going to make it a end of the month thing again because they've been messing with us too much. What was it? $50 or more gets you a free order of Coke. Free $50 or more gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. And I meant to say free order of fries, not Coke. People are going to mistake that. Yes. Okay, Vanessa.
I got two more.
Okay.
I got, or if you'll indulge me super quick, and I'll speed run through.
Yeah, no problem.
I read Volume 2 of Ultimate Spider-Man, so I'm not quite caught up yet. But I read the second.
Okay. Are you still digging it?
Yeah, I am. I'm still digging it. The Hickman Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2. What I've noticed now more is there's very little of Spider-Man in this. It almost seems like Hickman isn't necessarily interested in the superheroic stuff of Spider-Man, and in this particular run, it seems more like he's interested more in the family dynamic and what it would be like for an older Peter Parker to start being Spider-Man in his 30s, close to 40, and how that would affect his personal life.
So he's
it's really good.
I haven't read this, so I don't know. He already is married with a family, and he gains his spider powers like in his 30s. Not a teenage dorky teenager.
No, he's married to Mary Jane.
Okay,
he's got 2 kids, and he's somewhat successful at his career. And now is when he's got his powers. Now, this is a new universe. I don't want to ruin for you some of the more big reveals that are revealed in the first volume. Because there are changes. There are some significant changes that happen here. And I really, really enjoy those changes, especially like who is his moral compass and who he turns to when he needs advice and everything. It's all good stuff, man. It's really good stuff. But this is, it really seems like Hickman there is superheroics here. You know, he does put on the suit. He does go out and fight crime and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem like it's really what he's interested in telling. It feels like, okay, yeah, the superheroics are here and they kind of weave in and out of the story. But he's really interested in exploring this dynamic of a family and what that means to hit your 30s and really try to figure out who you are, and you're feeling like your purpose, you haven't lived up to it, because that's kind of where he's at this point, at the beginning of it. And what that means to find out who you are. And it's great. It's so good. It's very, 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 I think I continue to say that I think this is one of the best books on the stands. And I think that if you're not reading this, you're doing yourself a disservice, because we're, like I've said before, we are finally getting that adult Peter Parker that people have been clamoring for years. And this book is giving it to us. What I also like about this is that we have a Mary Jane here who is very aware of what he's doing and is supportive of it. But it's very adult. The conversations that they have here are very adult, and the way they address certain things are very adult, where it's two adults and they discuss things out. It's not, oh, I hate that you're doing this, blah, 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 and I'm not going to stand for it. Blah, blah. No, they talk it out. And there are several panels where they're working situations out like a real couple would. And it lends to it. And it's really, really just great, great stuff, man. Oh, my God. I'm digging it. This is what I wanted. This is what a lot of fans have wanted and been asking for years. Give us an adult Peter Parker that has marriage, that has kids, that is dealing with all these things, and we finally got it.
Wow. Well, I'm waiting for it to get collected in some big thing. Wow. Hot take. I can't name a single Beatles song, and I don't remember what they sound like, so they are very forgettable to me. Hate me all you want. Oh, who could hate you, Kane? It's your opinion. Chris isn't a fan either. I like Zib's work before he wrote ASM. Okay, wait. Vanessa and Next Imagine are talking back and forth. Time to go. Got to visit the in-laws tomorrow. Thanks for a lovely evening. Thank you for joining us, Belgian Ellen. Oh, okay, good. AS says JMS Thor was good, I thought. I have not read it. I still haven't read the second half of his Spider-Man run because I hit Sin's Past, and I think that's the last Spider-Man I read. I feel like that was 6 years ago. I don't know. It shook me. I'm still shaken. Yeah, I agree. The final days with Tomasi and Gleason, and also Return to Glory with Jean Yun Lang. I agree with that. The hardcover is still available on IST. Thank you, Chris. Well, Jack Ferry, hop over to IST and get Midnight Nation. It's actually really good by JMS. It's got some good early art by... where's that book? Where is Midnight Nation? It's not in here. I like Superman Grounded. A good concept done so weird and out of character. I actually liked Grounded. I just read it recently. I feel like I read it with Jessica. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I haven't read JMS Cap. Was interesting too if you know about his personal family story particularly. Yes, that is correct. I've read Superman Grounded, and that last Doomsday arc from pre-Minty it was so bad. Ultimate Spider-Man is so good. I've been enjoying Hickman's writing with Ultimate Spider-Man. It reads more grounded, more realistic as it could be, and the conversations read genuine. This whole world building has been amazing. Nice. Not sure if you caught the two crossovers. Okay, yeah, I did hear the one's Batman Deadpool and the other is Deadpool Batman. Are those the first two crossovers? Because I feel like Lou said in the second one shot.
That's what it said on the article I read.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah, you did say Batman Deadpool and the other's Deadpool Batman, and it's a one shot, but it said it was the second one shot. Wait, what's happening here?
I've got last recommendation, and we could kind of close up shop.
Okay.
These seem to be happening in the chat right now. Next Imaginaut.
Yeah, Next Imaginaut. What's happening with you?
Yeah, behave, man. Come on.
Yeah, be nice to Vanessa. What's happening?
Last thing I'm going to recommend, and I'll be super brief about this. It is this book that I'm reading. Oh no, my illusion faded.
Oh.
Super quick. This is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I have been devouring this. I'm almost done. It's like 500 pages. This is the Suicide Squad meets the Vatican meets medieval England, and it's so good. It's fantastic. So you've basically got the Pope, who is a female 10-year-old in this book, And it's
What?
set, yes, it is set in England, and it's an alternate version of England, and it's basically there's like a whole bunch of different things that have changed here. Atlantis is real.
Oh, wow.
Um,
I like-
Troy never fell, so Troy is still around, and the Pope has enlisted a group of the most vile people that she could enlist into what she claims is the Church of the Holy Expediency, is what the name of the group is called. And it's a geriatric vampire, a knight who can't die but is clamoring for death, a elf who can disappear by holding her breath, and probably she's on the spectrum, a werewolf with a lot of addictions, a priest that doesn't want to be a priest.
How did you find out about this book?
Oh, because I love Joe Abercrombie. Joe Abercrombie's so good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're basically sent out to take this thief who she finds out at the beginning of the book that she is next in line to be the queen of this kingdom, and she just found out about it, and she's hired. All these people are hired by the Pope to take her across to basically where she needs to go. They are all the worst of the worst. That's why they're called the devils, and they are forced into this situation because it's basically Amanda Waller's Suicide Squad, where they're locked up, and it's like, okay, we're going to send you out on these missions knowing you're probably going to die, or we're hoping you die because you're terrible people. And how that plays out, it's great. It's funny. Oh my God, I love this book so
You've
much.
got a lot of people asking, "What? Can you hold the book up again?"
It's called The Devils by Joe Abercrombie.
That sounds amazing.
It's hilarious. It's violent as all get out, and it's so much fun. Oh my God, I love this book. I love this book. This might be my favorite read of the year. I have like 80 pages of it left. I'm going to finish it sometime this week. And my Lord, this is a great, it's the first of 3 books. So he's got 3 books that he's got planned out. And I love this hardcover collection because this is a beautiful little book that they have. So that's the cover without the dust jacket on.
Oh, you've talked Vanessa into getting it. I can see why. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on there.
How does a 10-year-old even know what to do?
Well, you got to find out about the book. She's a very spry 10-year-old. Oh, I forgot. There is a necromancer in this named Balthazar. That is probably my favorite character that I've read all year because he is the 3rd best necromancer in the country, and he is very sensitive about that, by the way. And don't call him a wizard. He is a magician. Because if you call him a wizard, he gets offended by it. He's kind of like Job, where he's like, oh, I'm a magician, tricks are for whores, or whatever it was. He's very sensitive about it. But man, fun book all the way through.
It sounds awesome. Yeah, next Imagine It, I feel like it's time to sort of put this to bed.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't think I don't think you're coming across properly in the chat and the written word. It's hard to pick up your yeah, it's hard to pick up your the intonation of what you're trying to say.
Let it go, bud.
Yeah.
Let this one go.
Yeah.
Let this one go.
Comfortable, then I think it's just time to stop.
Yeah. Let this one go. We're being patient enough, and we can easily have the mods handle it, but we're being patient with you. So let it go right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really recommend you guys pick this book up. The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. It's 540 pages, but this is some of the easiest things that you'll read.
Yeah, Chris asks what I was just going to ask. What other books has he written?
He is most famous for the first Law trilogy.
Wait, somebody was just saying they were reading that.
Yeah, Abercrombie's been around for a while, and people have said that if you like Game of Thrones, Abercrombie actually finishes his books, and he's a very talented writer, and I recommend it. So yeah, I recommend you guys check this one out. I dug the hell out of it, man. I
Okay.
really dug the hell out of it.
Cool. Very cool. Okay.
I'm ready to get out of here if you are, man.
I think this is a good time. Thank you. Peace and love to everybody out there. Appreciate everybody that was watching this makeup. Oh, it's the makeup show. I didn't show our makeup. Vanessa, do you still want to see our makeup? Actually, Lou, you can go unless you want to. I mean, I'm not embarrassed to show myself in makeup.
Oh, I'm not embarrassed of it, but I do got to get going.
Okay, let me show Lou. It's 28 seconds as Harley Quinn. He's dressed up in makeup.
Wait a minute. That's about as much as you get right now.
This is kind of wrong. This feels really wrong.
That's what you wanted. You guys paid for it.
You look great, dude.
I hate.
And I was eating. My penalty was I was eating a hamburger with peanut butter and jelly. No, he wasn't. He wasn't drunk. We were paying off.
A bet. No, not a bet. It was a.
That one. Were we raising money for charity? If we raised a certain amount, I'd eat a peanut butter jelly burger, and then okay, you'll see makeup here in just a sec. I don't know that I have him as Supergirl.
Supergirl was much better because I went full on the whole thing.
Yeah, this was to raise money for comic books for kids. And so the next year he dressed up full on makeup as Supergirl, and I dressed up as Wonder Woman. This one's longer, so maybe you'll be in this because I shaved my mustache and everything and had my wife make me up. This is, if you thought Lou was Nightmare Fuel, wait till you see this. I don't even know if we should show the whole thing of this.
And I will show you my complete outfit. I shaved my beard. I have lipstick on, as you can see. My eyes are professionally done by my wife. And I do have a full, it's hard to move in this thing, but I do have a full Wonder Woman outfit on.
That is amazing.
I do have a full Wonder Woman outfit on. It's got, let's see, can I get it down lower? Yeah, there we go.
That's awesome. God bless.
Am I?
Okay, there we go. You saw my. I'm surprised we don't have you as Supergirl because you did go to a lot of. Yeah, Young Geo. That was 2000. That was 7 years ago.
7 years ago. I'm a dad now to a 2.5-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks. We'll have to get. We raised $800 for comic books for kids. C4K.org. That's back when the Facebook group was going really strong, and you and I were members, and Geo and Very Fine Condition. We were all members there, and we raised $800 by saying we would dress up like this. That's how we got. That's how we got to $800. Just without the goatee. That's just wrong. I don't know what our platform would be because oh, you're welcome, Vanessa. Thank you for being here. I don't know what our platform would be for raising money because we don't have Facebook anymore. Because we drew from like 5,000 people to donate money. So I'm not sure how we could get money again. I'm happy to do that for money. For a charity, not for me.
All right, man. I gotta get going.
Okay. Well, the Supergirl clip is in OmniDog's Vault Discord. Okay, we'll show that. Thank you, James. We'll show that Friday. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you very much. This is great. We really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you and good night.
Good night, everyone.